Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm always excited, like super psyched to come back to you guys and make another video, another vlog, another review, whatever the case may be. So today I'll be sharing my thoughts with you on Toke Makinwa's new book, On Becoming. So I decided to buy the book and read it. In fact, from the moment she said she was writing a book and blah 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 and On Becoming and whatnot, you know, from that moment I was like, okay, this is a book I'm going to try to get and read. So when it was released, I went online, I went on Amazon and I read like excerpts. So if you're going to buy an e-copy, Amazon allows you to read the first 3 chapters. So I was like, okay, let me just make sure I really want to read it. So I read the first 3 chapters and I was like, you know what, yes, I am going to buy it and I am going to read it because I do see Toke as an inspiration. Yeah, despite all the hate online, all the things people were saying and doing to her and whatever, she just kept rising. It was just as if, you know, the more they spoke, the more they hated, the more she rose. So I was so I'm very inspired by our journey and our story and how she's been able to, you know, progress in life to where she is right now, career-wise and all of that. So, you know, I was like, oh, On Becoming, you know, memoir and blah, blah, blah. Yes, this is a book I should read. So on reading the book, I learned a few things. So I'm going to share with you things I learned from the book, and then I'm going to give like my overall opinion on the book. Alright, so number one thing I learned from the book was that everyone has, regardless of who you think they are, be it Otedola, be it Dangote, be it Oprah, be it whoever in the world, we all have our battles that we are fighting. We all have our own pain that we are nursing. So no one's life is perfect, regardless of what social media says, regardless of what the word says. You know, I did not know how Toke lost her parents until I read this book, and I was almost in tears because I was like, no child should ever have to experience that or go through that much pain, you know. So yes, see, we all, even me, we all have things, even you, we all have things we're going through, okay? So just respect that when you relate with people. So the number 2 thing I learned was that our past experiences, consciously or unconsciously, affect our choices and the decisions we make. And you could tell in certain things that Toke describes in the book how, you know, the experience of losing her parents and watching it happen and all of that, how that affected her growing up and the choices she was making and all of that. Moving on, the number 3 thing I learned from the book was that God can only warn you so many times or give you warning signs so many times. Eventually, you have to leave the consequences of your actions or your decisions, which was pretty much what happened throughout Toke's book. Number 4 is that, come, listen, we've heard it over and over and over and over and over again, but it's as if we have thick skulls and we still don't know that, hey, we are not God, we are only human. We cannot change anybody. You can't change me, no man can change me. It's only God that can change me. And the main reason why it's only God that can change me is because it was the one who made me. Do you understand? So he's like my manufacturer. So he's the one that can say, oh, reset this button, reset that button. Do you understand? But at the end of the day, you can't change anyone. You can't. Someone can't change because they marry you. Someone can't change because they're dating you. Someone can't. You can't say, oh, because it's with me. Forget Nollywood movies. All those old Jamaica and Genevieve movies that Jamaica will be smoking and doing drugs, and Genevieve will come to his life and he'll turn his life around. Wash. Don't believe it. You can't change anybody. You are not God. Finally, the last thing I learned from the book was that it's by God's grace that Toke is still standing, because considering everything that she went through, well, as far as the book is concerned, I'm sure she had other experiences that were not in the book, but as far as the book is concerned, considering everything that she described, I'm surprised she's even still alive. Like I'm surprised she's still standing and doing well and getting stronger and all of that. But I know it's not because she's a strong woman, like the internet has been saying, oh, she's so strong, she's so dead. It's not because of that. It's just by God's grace. All right, so now my thoughts about the book generally. One was that I was disappointed. I was disappointed because I was hoping to read about the unbreakable Toke Makinwa, who rose to become a household name despite all odds. I mean, she said On Becoming, right? Becoming Toke Makinwa, the Toke Makinwa, you understand? So I was hoping to read more about, less about a marriage with Maje and all of that and our experience with Maje, and more about a journey, you know, this whole purpose, finding your voice, pursuing this journey and defying all odds to get better and get better and get better. You understand? So I was a bit let down from like chapter 4 or thereabout. It just all became about magic all to the end of the book, when she now started talking about faith and things she's learned, and you know, lessons for Nigerian women and all of that, or for women in general and all of that. So I was a bit let down because I didn't get as much as I wanted to get. I mean, you know, it's unbecoming, and I don't want to believe that just her. I know Marjorie was a significant aspect of her life, but I don't want to believe that just that part of her life alone made her who she is today, or helped her, or was the significant. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay, good. So you know, that's the only experience that you have that makes you who you are. It's like a bunch of things. I wanted to read about those other things aside from the old magic thing. One thing I noticed in the book was that chapter 10 was empty. Chapter 10 is titled The Other Woman, and it's just blank except for one quote by Toke Makinwa, and that's it. And I was like, is this some sort of creative, like what's going on, what's she thinking? You know, I didn't quite understand that. I tried to like be deep and and think about a few things, so I just couldn't figure out. I wish maybe whenever I do meet her, I can ask like, okay, why was that chapter empty? But really, the book in general was just, it shows you how a woman should not be treated by a man, and how a man shouldn't treat a woman. I mean, how are you going to devote 9 years off and off, but okay, let's just say 10 years off and on of your life to one man? I mean, she didn't, I don't think in the book she didn't say she dated anyone else. Even when Asaf and Marjorie broke up, she didn't say she dated anyone else in the transition period. Do you understand? And one question I kept asking myself over and over and over, and I still don't have an answer to, was, why did you keep taking him back? Like, were you just, was it an obsession? No, it's not love. Don't tell me it is love, because God is love, and I know how God loves me, so I know what true love is, because God has loved me. You understand? So it wasn't love, it was something more, maybe an obsession. Maybe there was, I don't know. Even when she found out that this other lady had a baby was going to have a baby for him and all of that, and they moved apart, you know, whatever, she still tried to take him back. You understand? So I was like, girl, come on. I mean, we've all been through a particular stage in our lives when, you know, there's just this one guy or this one girl that would hurt us, go away, come back, and whatever, and then, you know, but eventually you outgrow it. Eventually you're just like, you know what, enough is enough. Bye. Do you understand? But she never did that. And you know, I mean, she tried, but she never did. So that's the question I can't stop asking myself, like, why did you keep taking him back? I mean, 10 freaking years off and on of your life, just, you know, to this one person that clearly did not deserve it. And it wasn't like it was hidden, it was obvious. I mean, you know, so many things in this book really that were just shocking to me. All right, so overall as a book, I think it's more like an expose on her relationship and the whole thing, and she addresses everything, well, as far as from my own point of view, I suppose, with Marjorie, and she, as you know, she just went all in, really. So it's like an expose on the whole journey with him. I'm hoping she would write another book, you know, maybe much later, that would focus on our life, you know, our career, you know, that will be more all-encompassing and not just about this one person and how he affected our life and all of that. But yeah, I did learn from the book. I think you should read it. I think you will learn 1 or 2 things from the book. Yeah. So you can get it online. I got my copy online for like 2,000 something. It wasn't, I think if you buy the hard copy, you have to pay like 5,000 plus. But the soft copy is like 2,000 something, which, you know, is good, right? Yeah, but yeah, those are my thoughts and what I learned from the book Unbecoming by Toke Makinwa. She's a strong woman, and I wish her all the very best. I know the best is yet to come for her, you know. So I'm excited to see that she's still standing, and you know, I pray God continues to help her in everything that she does. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on the book Unbecoming by Toke Makinwa. I just decided to share this with you because it really resonated with me for whatever reason, in some ways. Anyway, that's it. Have you read the book? Have you read the book? Have you read the book? I want to know. What do you guys think about the book? Let's continue the conversation down below in the comment section. Share your thoughts with me. Were you disappointed? Were you excited? Were you like, ooh, gossip? Whatever you think, let me know down below in the comment section. I'll be back. When next you see me, I'll be talking to you about 76. Brand new Nigerian movie titled 76. Super excited about that one. That's what I'll be talking about when next you see me, really. Hopefully, by God's grace. But until then, remain in God. God bless you. Bye.